What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, it's just us.
Just us.
I apologize. I apologize for the guns out today. I got a tattoo, so my arm needs to air out a little bit. Super fresh. So I promise I'm not here to just to show off. But maybe there's an element. But
Guns
yeah,
Out Thursday. It's a new thing coming out. Legion of Geeks.
dude. There you go. Oh, speaking, that just reminds me though, because I was like, oh, well, dude, we'll get a fucking emote for Guns Out Thursday. But we now that we're affiliate, we have emotes now.
We have emotes,
Hey.
people.
I know.
Let's go.
Look at that. Are they able to see it from where they are right now?
Yeah.
They're seeing
Let
them?
me load them up. So when you guys subscribe to us, we can't get follower emotes just yet. But I think we got to wait another month for those. But when you guys subscribe to us, you get some of these guys. So you can take them anywhere on Twitch, use them in any stream. And yeah, there will be more coming, I'm sure, as we create new stuff. We'll load some in, load some out.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
Emotes, man. Oh, emotes, baby. They look cool. So we got our canceled ones, which are fucking hilarious, but yeah, we could have used those a while back.
Yeah, that would have been good. But somehow we made it to affiliate without being canceled, as far as we know.
Somehow. Yeah, but
excuse me.
Oh, dude, you got the yerba mate going on.
I do.
I actually just finished one of those, but not that same one, but a different one.
Yeah,
the sparkling yerba mate. That's where it's at, dude.
They're so fire.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
But I was gonna go ahead and transition to our first one.
Oh, we're going into it. What are we doing this week? Maybe we should tell everybody what we're even fucking.
We should actually announce it.
Yeah.
So a lot of shit has happened. MCU, DCEU, movies, television, all over the place. So a lot's happened since the last time we did a recap. So what better time than now? So we this week are it's just a loosey goose discussion about everything that's going on. And there is a shit ton, both in the universes and IRL. There's a lot going on, man.
Yeah, there's a lot. There was enough to have a show and talk about. So we'll start firing shit off the list, going through some of this stuff. A lot's happened. So yeah, man, let's get right into it.
Yeah,
we're gonna jump into Moon Knight first because that is the third episode just came out yesterday. It's been a few weeks now that it's been out, and so now we can. I mean, you always have the first episode that comes out, and you're like, okay, this is cool. You get a vibe from it, but like, really, when you're 3 episodes in, you're in the middle of the plot. You really can start to tell if you actually like it or not. So, what are your thoughts, dude? Do you like? Are you feeling it? Are you digging?
It is sick, dude. I totally forgot about this time in my life where I was majorly into like Egyptian gods and art and all that shit. And this kind of like reminded me of that and took me back. And bro, it is phenomenal. I think it's just an incredible series. It's taking the MCU to a completely different direction than what we've seen before. And I feel like it's a great setup for another movie we're going to be talking about. But all this talk of gods, like, what a way to start to bring up gods in the MCU, other than I think Thor, God of Thunder, all of those people, you know what I mean? Like, those are I forget their race. I forget what they're called.
Oh, the
Asgardians. Yeah, those are the only real gods that we've been talking about. I think Thanos maybe, but
he's
like, this is taking it a complete different direction. It's based in reality. It's mixing reality, and spoiler alert, some crazy ass shit just happened in episode 3. How do you feel about the whole series, dude?
I mean, since I was a kid, I really was drawn to Egyptian styled artwork and like the all the stories of the old gods. And dude, I used to have like those Osiris skateboarding shoes.
Oh yeah,
remember that shit from middle school, dude?
Yeah,
they had some sick ass shoes. They were like, the style of them was cool, and they had like these cool colors, and So like, all based on just because I like the god Osiris way back then. And so I've always had kind of an affinity for them, and especially because I have cats too. So it's like I kind of have always been a part of that. So it was cool when I was like, oh, they're gonna let's see how much they dive into sort of Egyptian history and bring that mythology out here and how they can make it cool. And they have, dude, it's pretty cool. I like Oscar Isaac as an actor, and I
Yeah.
think that he's really good here. I like that he plays the dual personalities and how he's, one side is Steven. He's got these like this timid British guy, like super shy. He's not in any of the oh yeah, is he? Oh yeah, he's in the back, huh? He's on the side of
Steven?
her. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
on
he's
the right side, yeah.
yeah.
So he's like super sweet and very shy and timid and kind of just like a nice guy. And then like his other personality is Mark. It was the guy in the middle, and but he's American, he's not British. So it's like it's a nice distinction between the two.
Dude,
And
and real quick, just
yeah.
right there while we're talking about, we're talking about Oscar Isaac. I believe he's an American actor, but he's playing an American. And
Uh,
I thought at first I was like, Steven's accent is a little bit of like a Cockney, like farce of an accent. Just it's a little off. It feels a little weird and a little off.
yeah.
But then
Yeah,
I
at
was
first.
like, dude, it's so fucking smart because if you think about it, like even if his accent was even worse, they would just play it off like, oh, he's an American, and this
Right.
this one personality thinks he's British, so it's like the
Yeah.
personality's faking an
Yeah.
accent, because obviously the body was born in one spot, you
Totally,
know.
yeah. They were able yeah, that was smart by them. And also it's like when he changes personalities, it's very drastic because it's going from one accent to the other. So it's very cool. They're two very distinct different characters. But so there's actually a scene in the third episode when I was watching it last night, and he literally in the same frame, same scene as he's acting goes from Steven. No, he goes from Mark to Steven, and like his facial expression changes in that moment, and like it's very, very cool. And he pulled it off really well. It's hard
Yeah.
to do something like that. James McAvoy did that in Split, actually. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but with like all the different personalities that he played, he
Yeah,
was super good at switching
I've
like on the
seen
spot.
I've seen bits and pieces, and it was specifically those scenes because that's just incredible when people can do it. I think we just saw one of the best do it in Spider-Man with Willem Dafoe
Oh
when
yeah, yeah,
the Goblin came out, and then we see Oscar Isaac, and the fact that they had like the vote of confidence in Oscar Isaac, after seeing him do it, they still, they edited and they went with that shot of it's like straight on, no
yeah.
hiding, no camera
Mhm.
cut. And then he switches straight into Steven, and you could see it like it's not just the accent, you could see it like in the way he carries his
Face.
eyebrows,
Yeah.
just the way he carries like his facial muscles, and then also just the way he acts and moves his body. I was like, dude, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, because Mark was all super serious in that moment, and then, like, he's, like, switches to Steven, who's, like, totally different person, and,
Yeah.
it was just super, super cool.
And the fact that they went from, showing us the switches as like, oh, he bumps his head and then he
Yeah.
doesn't know where he's at. They went from that within 2 episodes. Now they're having conversations and they're
Yes.
able to cognitively like switch without him knocking out. I was like, that's pretty nuts, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they also introduced, super spoilers. But we're talking about it. It's been
Yeah,
out a
whoops.
few days or a day. But in episode 3,
Just
dude,
came out.
they introduce, there's a moment in time where he goes ham on some dudes, and Steven and Mark don't know who that third personality is, dude.
I know. Yeah, they were yeah, 'cause they thought the other one did
Yeah.
it, and they were just like, "No, I didn't do it." But yeah, the story is unfolding slowly. There's still, like, mystery. We still don't know a lot of shit about Mark's past and how it just all of this stuff, how it's all involved and how it's all coming together, and they're slowly starting I mean, there's only 6 episodes, I think, so there's only 3 left, and I
Dude,
don't
and
know, they feel like this was really fast.
yeah.
We
And
barely had any time with it.
speaking of fast, dude, can we talk about that last scene? Because I feel like that's one of the biggest things that has ever happened in the MCU so far. And they just ended the episode that way. Because
Okay. Yeah. So we're talking about them trapping Khonshu in the fucking
yeah,
in the little statue, right?
I was talking about why they're trapping him. So,
Oh, okay.
long
Yeah, go
story
ahead.
short, sorry for spoiling for anybody, but you had a day.
You're on a fucking comic book show, so there you go.
You clicked in. Um, but dude, so they needed to make that map, right? And the map was going to lead them to the tomb of this
Yeah.
god that they're trying to stop from being released. That map, matched constellations, but it was of the sky 2,000 years ago. So what does Khonshu do? He fucking turns back he turns back the sky 2,000 years, but he's turning back the fucking universe, dude.
I I feel like I missed that detail. I was
So
watching it, but like I feel like I missed that detail.
I feel like they didn't make it a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I'm reading too far into it, but they made it very clear that like the people in like current Egypt, they weren't going back in time. So I was like,
They
okay,
were not
like
going back in time.
everything else is fucking going 2,000 years old. Because if they need the sky and the planets to align to this map, of the sky 2,000 years ago, that means all the planets inside. That means like everything that happened like has to be rewound. And I'm like, holy fuck, dude! Like,
I thought that he was just taking the stars or like just basically showing what the sky looked like 2000 years ago. That's how I took it. I didn't think time was actually going backwards.
yeah, and that could be a possibility. The only reason why like I started tripping out that wasn't it, because
Mhm.
it wasn't just like an image in the sky. Like they had those other shots where it showed everything rotating around like current day Egypt, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? And
Oh.
I feel a little bit like I'm taking crazy pills because it's not being talked about anywhere, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm like that
Yeah,
potentially could be bigger than like the snap or reversing the snap, or bro, where
yeah.
everybody's
I
back, dude.
yeah, yeah, dude, I don't know. Again, I didn't take it that way. I took it the other way, but I mean, well, I guess we'll know. Well, if we look on the internet, we'll see if like if that actually happened or not. Because I feel like if that was the thing, then I really fucking missed out.
Well, dude, yeah. I mean, go back, watch it. Let me know what you think. Let us know too when you guys listen to this. Am I just taking crazy pills? But yeah, and we'll, maybe next episode there's another god that just fucking turns it back. Dude.
Yeah.
But I was like, holy shit! I had no idea Khonshu could do shit like that. Like, this
Yeah,
is
because he was just saying that he remembers every night. So I thought that it was just like his memory of what the sky looked like that night, and so he was just showing the like what it like because
what it looked.
where the stars were that night, so that way where they're gonna go next is accurate.
Yeah, and I see. Yeah, I may be looking more into it because, long story short, that chick that the goddess that was like talking to, I think it was talking to Mark when she was like, oh, my god, I forget what they call him, but basically the human that's representing the god was like, oh, Khonshu used to enjoy the music of my god.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
that's, I think she's the god of sky or god of the sun. And so
She
go
said
ahead.
it was like the goddess of or the god of music and something else. One music was one of them. It was something like that.
Yeah. It was and I thought it was like sky or some like life or something in music.
Mhm.
But I took it as like possibly like they had a history, like a love interest.
Oh
And
yeah,
so
definitely.
yeah, so I was thinking, like, oh, if she's like the opposite of Khonshu, like Khonshu's like the moon in the night, and if she's like on the day side, then he's like, oh, I remember every night, like he's like missing her or missing something. It just
Yeah.
sounded really dramatic when he said that, and I was
Yeah.
like,
They
okay.
were definitely banging for sure.
But yeah, dude, we'll find out, I'm sure, next episode. But yeah, man, and what a sick. The big thing I'm also hung up on is Conchu's design.
Oh
That
fuck
dude.
yeah, dude! I was just thinking about that, and you just drew something yesterday.
Yeah, I after watching that episode, I was like, oh man, dude, I got to draw something Conchu.
It's so sick. I love how they got the white hair inside the skull.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
and
he's an old dude.
it fucking just flows, but there's
Yeah,
like
it's
no
just
neck,
floating. Yeah,
bro.
that's fucking cool.
All
Is
the
that a beard?
details. No,
Is it a
I
white?
think
Is it
it's
a beard?
behind him.
Uh,
Um, but
but
yeah, I
yeah,
guess with
dude,
no neck, it could float under.
it's such a sick outfit, and I just like the whole thing is cool.
Yeah,
Who is the guy that voices him? Because it's fucking familiar, and I've been trying to figure it out, and I haven't looked it up, but
yeah.
it's the voice is super familiar.
The dude, he does a lot of voiceover works.
Also, what's up, Aaron? How you doing, bud? Thanks for
Hey,
jumping in.
uh, F. Murray Abram. It doesn't sound exactly familiar, but yeah, it's a voice we've heard
Yeah,
before too.
you know, and like in Marvel, I think even or like a comic book thing, I've heard that voice before.
Yeah, I'm sure he's all over the place with voiceovers. That it tends to be like five guys, and if it's not Morgan
Yeah.
Freeman, it's not James Earl Jones, it's one or three of the others.
Yeah, totally. One thing I wanted to bring up about the show, dude, is you remember how Marvel was hyping it up and they were like, "Oh, it's gonna be the darkest thing we've ever done," and like how it's gonna be brutal and all this stuff. And we were interested because we talked about how that was what it would look like and what that meant.
Yeah,
And like, dude, I don't feel like this is dark in any way at all. It's not violent. It's not. I feel like Captain America and Winter Soldier or Falcon and Winter Soldier. That was, like, heavier messaging and tone and darker than this is, because that was, like, real
yeah,
themes, like, going on with all that, so it was I don't know, I haven't seen it yet.
yeah. I felt like the first episode was very very like horror movie esque, um, and like jump scares,
Mhm.
but not like the brutality, like and I think it may be because Disney Plus just moved all the Netflix, Daredevil
Yeah,
and Punisher and all that, to Disney Plus. So
yeah,
I those are fresh on my mind, and those two series are like super brutal. I thought they were going there with Moon Knight, but the first
me
one
too.
had some jump scares and some horror movie aspects. But we're also just 3 episodes in. Maybe it'll get
We're halfway
crazier.
through the show, bro,
We
and it
are.
hasn't gotten I haven't seen something that was like, "Oh, that's sick." That's what I was expecting to see.
Yeah.
It's
And
so far, it's just been kinda, like, on par with, like, what Marvel releases and which is totally fine, but I thought we were gonna see something, like, really, really dark, and
dark and
so
scary.
'cause
Yeah.
they were building it to be something like that.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen that yet, and
Yeah.
curious to see if we go that a little bit further down that road.
Dude, and it makes me nervous, not seeing it in the last 3 episodes because now, Khonshu's locked up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, now what?
Mark doesn't have his powers. Like,
Yeah, which we finally got to see, like, the full, like, onslaught of his powers, like, that his suit is magically protected and you can't get, like, hurt. He's pretty much I think it heals too, right?
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
heal.
saw it heal him like Deadpool or like Wolverine
Yeah.
because the dude got shish kebabbed like 2 or 3 times and
Yeah, dude. He
pulled it
got
out.
fucking smashed up.
Um, Bro, and I'm glad you brought up that scene because how fucking tragic. So that guy in the comics, the guy that I forget his name, but the guy in the red suit that all those men were attacking Moon Knight
Yeah.
in that particular scene. That's, I believe it's Dark Man.
No way.
Yeah, so that was supposed to be him, and that actor actually passed away from a skiing accident. Um,
Oh, shit. Sorry,
oh,
Aaron.
sorry, Aaron. we'll give you a signal.
Well, there was not really any. I don't think we spoiled anything in that episode.
Yeah,
I think.
dark.
Well, no. Well, I think when Aaron, when you came in, I don't think we did, or we
Yeah,
did right before.
you just you escaped a lot, but it's a really good episode.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's good. You
okay,
muted us.
we'll give you a signal.
Ah, you bastard. No, I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, dude. But, we were just talking about like his powers and stuff. That we've got to see some of them, so it was cool.
Yeah, and
There's the yeah.
unfortunately, that actor had a big future, but he passed away. So I don't know what they're gonna do going forward.
Sucks.
But that that dude was sick. Really good role. You'll enjoy it, BC. But yeah, super tragic, and he didn't even get to see the episode because his accident happened, and then I think he passed away the next day. So
damn,
there's
yeah,
like
that's too
no
bad.
chance. Yeah.
But yeah, dude. I mean, overall, halfway through, and it's great. I'm really curious to see how much shit they can fit in 3 episodes to wrap this thing up. Sure. Hopefully, we get to see more, and more development and just more story. And it would be cool one day to see Oscar Isaac like interact with the rest of the team and the rest of the people that are in the MCU.
That's for sure coming, dude. For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, on as a standalone, it's pretty cool. We still haven't, it's the origin of it. Um, but there's still so much mystery into this story. Like I still couldn't, like I can't tell you what happened to Mark up until this point because they haven't really dived into that yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like acting is great. Everybody's like, one thing that's super random is Ethan Hawke being the villain to this.
Bro.
Every time I see him, I'm just like, dude, like it's Ethan Hawke, and it just feels so random to me that he's in the show.
So I caught a interview with Oscar Isaac. It was an interview with Oscar Isaac, and then they next had Ethan Hawke. I forget which one told the story. But actually, no, it was Ethan Hawke. So the way the whole thing came about is fucking crazy, dude. So
yeah,
one of the main producers or directors on this is Egyptian, and
yes.
he was doing a movie with Ethan Hawke, and they were shooting, but I think shooting paused because of COVID. And then that guy got picked up by Kevin Feige and Marvel. So that guy told, Ethan Hawke, he was like, look, I love this project. I love what we're doing, but since it's on hold, I got to take this with Marvel. And Ethan Hawke's like, yeah, Marvel's fucking huge. Like, go do it, dude. Like, go kill it. So that director producer left, started working on Moon Knight. And then Ethan Hawke came back. I think he came back to New York, and he was just like, okay, just kind of like chilling, just hanging out until, a new project or something came across. And one day he's waiting for coffee. He said this is during quarantine. So he was like, it was hella cold. Everybody's waiting outside for the coffee at this coffee shop. Everybody has masks on, but they're all bundled up. This dude recognizes him, comes up and talks to him. And he realizes halfway through the conversation that it's Oscar Isaac. And apparently, like, Oscar Isaac was telling him all about Moon Knight and telling him, just like, oh, it's sick. And then Oscar Isaac was like, yeah, I really loved you in this movie as a villain. I think you'd be great for this if you're interested. And so Ethan Hawke's like, fuck yeah, dude. Like they just met. They didn't know each other before this.
Oh, interesting.
And so, yeah. And Ethan Hawke's like, in the interview, he's like, I do really well with praise. So the fact that he praised my acting and then asked me to be a part of it, he was like, oh, I was sold. I was all in. And he gets there, and then he realizes that it's the Marvel project with the Egyptian director producer he was already working with.
Shit. Yeah.
So I thought that was sick. Like, how fucking random, but also hella cool.
Yeah. Just everything is connected.
Yeah.
So that is pretty cool. But yeah, I did know that one of the main producers was Egyptian. It like meant a lot to him to come and do the show, to try and get some of his heritage out there and like and do it right.
Yeah.
I guess he was saying like so many they try and bring that into mainstream movies and TV, and they don't quite do it the right way, and so he wanted to try and do it the right way, and,
Yeah.
it's
Uh,
been pretty cool. Yeah, like, everything from the music to, the visuals and just the history and the knowledge, like, he's doing a good job, I think.
dude, and the modern streets and like the community scenes, like, you know, in if we see that in old movies or anything else
Mhm.
covering Egypt, it's usually like a car chase or like a foot chase, and like
Yeah.
that's it, and then they're back in the desert, you know, with the pyramids and shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this feels super cool and fresh because I don't think we've ever like seen it like just an actual scene in like modern day Egypt. And I'm like, damn, that's a shame. Like
Yeah, dude.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
You're right. It is always like any sort of Egyptian movie, it's always the pyramid or outside of the pyramid in the desert.
Yeah.
They don't like really go into the streets or into the culture or
It's
anything like that.
yeah, if it is, they're chasing. They're chasing on foot or in a car, and it's just a fucking blur. It's like
Yeah. Yeah, there
shame.
was the one scene when they were in the boat, in the I think in the 3rd episode, and you just, like, see everything around, and it's just so it's awesome to see. Like,
Yeah.
I don't ever remember seeing shots like that in
Yeah.
movies
And
like this.
it's crazy because I didn't realize I didn't know what modern day Egypt looked like.
Right, yeah, so it feels like a new place because they don't ever shoot there and do stuff there.
Yeah, dude. And yeah. Fucking awesome show. Highly recommended to anybody who's on the fence. Definitely worth the time, I'd say.
Aaron
Um
says Ethan got old as fuck.
he is, dude, and I think it fits with this character kind of like
Yeah,
a
I think so too.
weird old cult leader, dude.
Well, we, kicked it off with Moon Knight, so shall we?
Indeed. Where you want to go next?
Let's go to, well, fuck it, I guess we'll just get into The Flash then, because that's the next thing I just keep looking at. Um, last week we kinda kicked Ezra Miller down into the gutter and just kept on curb stomping him, so I'm not gonna try and I don't wanna beat that dead horse too much, but,
There are
um,
updates though.
today, actually yeah, there are.
I was gonna
So
say there's
today
updates to the Flash story. I
yes.
don't know if you heard.
To the story itself?
To yeah, to that whole IRL mess.
No, I did I mean, I know that, when he got in trouble, WB was like they had an emergency meeting to talk about him, and I guess anything that he's involved with going forward for now is on pause until they figure out what they wanna do, and so I don't even know what that means, like,
Yeah.
are they gonna put the whole movie on pause? Are they gonna recast and then shoot all new scenes with this new person?
Dude,
Or, like,
every
what the
scene
fuck
with
are they
him
gonna
is
do?
just a blur. Um
Yeah. I mean, this is his movie, so to reshoot that whole thing after it's already done being shot, so, like and to get all the other actors back in again and get Michael Keaton back in the bat suit, like, that just sounds like a whole lot, and that sounds like a fucking mess that I don't wanna deal with, so I'm glad I don't
yeah,
have to.
and just real quick, I just want to touch on it because I find it insane. So his IRL shit, you know, he got arrested in Hawaii for a scene in a karaoke bar. Apparently after that, there was a whole different couple who got a restraining order against him because they said he entered their house.
Yeah, dude,
And then that
and
restraining order just got dropped like a few days ago. But I'm like, and this is all around the same area of Hawaii. So the dude's been there a while and he's just wreaking fucking havoc, dude.
he's on something, man. On some kind of drug, whatever the fuck he's on, but he's on a good one, and he's not stopping.
No. Is yeah. And it's like me and you were both talking about it, like, dude, like just try for your career, for your future. Try, just
Yeah,
tone it down.
he's only 29 years old, so I mean, he's not old, but I'm old we are older than he is, and
Yeah.
he's fucking up right now.
That's crazy.
He's the
Uh,
Flash. He's, like, cast as the Flash, and he's just throwing it all away.
yeah. And
He's the main what is he, the villain or something? I think he's the villain in the Harry Potter movies that are out now. Like, he's, like,
oh,
the main one of
Fantastic
the main
Beasts.
people. Yeah,
Oh,
I think he's, like, the main villain or something, and so, like, he's throwing that away.
damn.
And then what does it mean for that movie too? Because that movie's about to come out. And, like
Yeah.
well, I guess at that point, they have to release it. There's way too many people. So and it's like I think it's already gonna release Fuck,
Yeah.
dude, I think it's soon. I want to say it's like next month or something.
It's in the can already.
Yeah, it's ready. It's like it's on the fucking projector. It's ready to go. So like, I don't know, man. It sucks. It sucks for him, but really that's him, and I hope he gets whatever help he needs.
Yeah, figure shit out.
He needs to turn that shit around.
But yeah,
I know
we can. Oh, go ahead.
I would just say that I know some people aren't a fan of him as the Flash, Kev, but you know, so Kev is ecstatic over this news. Not that he's doing this like really shitty stuff, but just that like potentially he won't be the Flash anymore, and I know that makes Kev very happy.
Yeah, there's one. That's partially the reason for the new Kev emote.
Yeah,
with the finger guns.
Yeah, there we
go. But yeah, we can jump to the next topic because there is a lot of cool shit coming through for DC. So,
but actually, dude, to stay on the Flash today, and I don't know if you have this up readily available, but the Michael Keaton Batsuit leaked.
Yep, of course.
So I think that that's one of the older images, but like that's still you can get a pretty good look. And I don't think we brought it up yet. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's the latest I could find. I couldn't find the image you shot over in text. Excuse me. Yeah, but
I think it was on Instagram. That's why.
But yeah, so he, you know, it looks pretty close. It looks like a natural evolution, and the biggest thing is that they still didn't allow him to turn his head.
Dude, that's so fucked up. To like after he was the first like real Batman, right? I mean Adam West, yes, but like to put on the real suit, like the full on leather, where it's totally restricting and it makes you feel like you're gonna die because you can't breathe that well. But like he was the first one to put it on and go through all that. And he, you know, I remember him saying that he, you know, in order to play Batman, he felt really uncomfortable being in that suit because it was so fucking like constricting and it made him not be able to breathe that well, and he got like a panic attack every time he was in there because he couldn't breathe. And so he said he wasn't sure how to play the role of Batman, but like once he realized like I need to take how I'm feeling and just kind of lean into that, and like that will be the kind of overall like presentation and vibe that I throw out there because I'm just taking how uncomfortable I feel and then like putting it out there, and it ended up being it worked out for him.
Yeah, but it worked really well, dude.
So, I mean, after going through that and paving the way for all the other Batman who now like the suits are all for function. So not only do they look badass now, but like you can do anything and turn and do all this stuff. The Robert Pattinson one, he can do everything, right? So it was super comfortable for him to wear, and it looked comfortable to wear too. He comes back to the fucking role. He's 70 plus years old, and they still didn't let him turn his fucking head. He can't turn his head. They didn't even give him the courtesy to be able to do that. And that's, I don't know, man. That's fucking cold blooded from them. They should have did something.
Yeah, it fucking sucks, dude. Yeah, like you said, he set the tone. He put in all of the you know, all the work to really bring the character to life. He's definitely, I feel like the people around our generation, like, you know, you think Batman, you think the first Batman, you think him. Yeah, dude, he put in all the work. He figured the thing out. He figured the thing, you know, how to make it look cool and seem badass. Here, I just pulled up the photo, and dude,
there it is.
And it's like you still couldn't give the man, you know, a neck turn, but at the same time, I'm like, he's fucking 70 years old, so maybe he needs a neck brace, dude. He could just take a rest, and like the suit will just stand on its own, and he could just rest his body inside.
It looks like his neck is elongated. Like you know those things from like what is it? They wear like those rings, those tribal African like villages where like the women have to wear the rings on their neck to like grow their head out like a giraffe.
Yeah,
and like it looks like that's what he's got going on in there.
Oh, he's got something, man. It does look like that, but I don't know if it's like because the shoulders look hella tall too. So I don't know if the whole piece is just massive and super thick and it makes it look funky.
I don't know. Man. I mean, it's cool because it reminds me of back in the day But,
Yeah.
you know, when I see that, I'm just and that especially after seeing the latest Batman that just came out, I don't know, man, he's just too old to keep playing that role, and, like, it's just gonna be purely for nostalgic reasons, like, there's no functioning way I could see him being a Batman and, like, believe it still, and think that it's just as badass as anything that we just saw.
Yeah, I feel like they're leaning into the fact of him being older and just being a more of a like a leadership like guide, you know, to Batgirl. Um
Yeah, which
but
I'm sure is the idea.
yeah, and honestly, dude, like I personally, to me, this feels like what this Batman's, you know, quote unquote new suit would be. Like I don't think, you know, Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne like that. He was able to destroy fucking everybody, so he's like, why change it?
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
maybe the head turns a weakness.
Yeah, I seriously doubt that, but can you even dude, like, you can't pick up or detect anything that's coming from behind you, like, you can't just quickly turn your head, you gotta turn your whole body.
Dude,
You lose precious seconds with that, like, milliseconds, you know,
he
it's like
he
every little
could
fucking thing matters.
he could have like AI like you know beep like
Yeah,
it's like a
the
you know like a Tesla like warning system. Oh,
yeah.
somebody's, you know, 20 feet behind you, and then he could just do one of his patented, you know, little
Oh, yeah, like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's
um
awesome.
but yeah, man.
So, there we go. I don't know if there's anything else other than there's a giant question mark surrounding for the
Real,
suit, yeah.
real quick, just I love that they kept those things, dude. He's still got his little like bat hook, you know, cuff things.
Yeah, the
Those
gauntlets.
blades. Yeah, the gauntlets with the blades like just sticking out, dude. Like he could accidentally kill somebody just walking around, bro.
They don't have you know what they changed is the belt isn't gold.
Yeah, he doesn't have the flashy gold thing, which is, you know, I
Looking at dude oh, yeah, it was, I was looking at a picture of that the other day, and, like, there's no containers on it. It's just a yellow piece that's attached to him,
yeah,
you know, like, as a belt, but he can't put anything inside of it, or there's no tactical use for it.
yeah.
It just is there, and it's
It's
rubber, and it's just attached, you know, it just
the
purely for aesthetic reasons is, you know, it's on there, so
Yeah, and that never made sense to me because I always heard the reason why he has the big yellow thing on his chest was because that was where he was bulletproof. So it's like it's a big yellow thing on a black suit so that people will naturally aim towards it. That's
oh.
what I heard. And then the movie comes out and then he has it like on his waist and I'm like, dude, you cannot be bulletproof there,
Yeah,
bro.
you're not bulletproof there. There's no way, so
That just made no sense. So this to me it helps out, you know, my brain being like, "Oh, okay, so he must have got hit there or something and then taken it off
totally, yeah.
in the years we haven't seen it."
Yeah. But it looked like in the other one, there's, like, actual little containers on the belt to, like, to do stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, so, I mean,
a little
that's
bit of
better.
function.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a little bit better. But yeah, dude, I don't think there's anything else for the Flash other than we're just not sure about what's gonna
What
happen.
we're not sure about the Flash. Like,
Yeah, I'm just not sure about it, so
um
we'll see.
it is holding up a shit ton of other projects.
Yeah.
Cuz it's like, bro, they're waiting for the Flash to introduce this multiverse, I guess. And
Yeah.
I feel like Keaton has to be, you know, part of that. I don't feel like there's any other explanation.
Mhm.
Um, but let me see. So there's two. I pulled up two DC lists, and just to show you like everything that's being held up, because didn't they hold a lot of shit up because of Flash reshoots?
Uh, they didn't say. They just and, you know, it was interesting, I forget if we talked about it or not, but right before the Batman was released, last month, the Flash was gonna come out this year in December or November or something like that. Aquaman was gonna come out this year. Oh, it still is gonna come out this year.
This,
No, actually, no, this is the old one.
yeah, this is the
Yeah,
old
this is the
list.
old one.
They
So,
they haven't even put out a new list. So
Black Adam was gonna come out, The Flash was gonna come out, Aquaman 2 was gonna come out, and Shazam was going to come out next year. So before the Batman played, they had a little like hype up trailer that
Mm-hmm.
was like Black Adam and the Flash and Aquaman, and they were just like a quick little blurb
Yeah, it
from
was
each
like
of the movies, and it was
we
like
need
the world needs
heroes or
heroes.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was their whole little promo for the rest of the year, and then I think it was like just only a few days after the Batman came out, they were like, oh, we're gonna make some adjustments. Actually, now Black Adam, Flash, and Aquaman are coming out next year in 2023, and we're gonna move Shazam to this year. And so it's like I don't even know what that means or why or how or what the fuck's going on, but to push back 3 of your tentpole movies that you literally just put out this, this little spot for
Gigantic.
behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
No reason, no explanation other than it's just delayed, and here it is.
Yeah. And this other list I pulled up is fan made, but it also shows everything else that they've talked about or announced officially. And it's just like, damn, like they have so much shit coming up, dude.
Yeah.
This is movies, this is animated movies, TV shows, animated TV shows, and games. And so it's like, excuse me, DC's famously doesn't care too much about their timelines, but there's still got to be some sense if this is all supposed to be, kind of the same universe. It's like
for some of that stuff.
Yeah, it just I don't see how like all of this like how randomly you can just mix and match and throw stuff in. But shit, dude. So hopefully they get going soon on something. Hopefully something comes out soon.
Yeah, they better. Yeah, it's just a mess. Actually, you know what, dude? That actually ties nicely into the next thing that I wanted to bring up, which was there's an article that came out today, and it was talking about how now that Warner has merged with Discovery, that Discovery, the person in charge, wants to basically take a look at everything that they're doing with based on that whole little thing that you just showed us with all of the shit that's on there, and to make they feel like it's not cohesive and it's not as one, and it's very disjointed, and there's they wanted to be more unified. So to quote, I think it was to quote the article that I saw, basically they want it to be more like Marvel and how Kevin Feige runs it. And so they want to find somebody to be in charge of the whole thing, and they want somebody to make that vision and to make everything like that. So uh I don't know. I don't know how that affects things because they already have so many ideas for shit that's been being planned out, and like you just pulled it up. There's a lot going on. So
Yeah.
they're gonna have to change some things if that's what they want to do, because it's not like they can just go full on with all of this shit and uh and then after all that stuff then do something different. They're gonna have to do something different now. So
Yeah.
how does it affect all the projects they have going on?
Now's the time, dude. And like they gotta know it's gonna be weird and rocky, like if they're trying to continue all the projects that they have and they're just gonna have like strands from each one like tie into each other. Like it may be obvious on the first couple tries.
Yeah.
But damn, dude, I just feel like if you really try to do what Marvel's doing, you just set yourself back a decade. Like
Yeah, I know.
the fuck,
Yeah.
dude. And you guys are like, it was cool because we this year we thought we were getting both sides releasing this multiverse idea, which I thought was nuts. Just to see how both sides do it right at the same time.
Yeah.
But who knows now, man? Like, who knows what the hell's going on?
I don't know, but they need to figure it out. But like they want to do stuff where was what I saw was they want to make more movies like the Todd Phillips Joker movie, more standalone things where characters that aren't as cared about are cared about. So
Yeah.
they think that they currently do that so well, and they want to continue doing that.
Those are so good, man.
Yeah, yeah, totally. So yeah, and I also think that that's a good idea too, to focus on those things. But they feel like Superman is criminally underutilized, and I agree. They don't. I mean, Superman is not involved enough. Which is ridiculous because they have a great Superman,
Yeah.
but they just hate Zack Snyder, so they want to can Henry Cavill for some reason.
Dude,
Unless
Henry,
they don't, and they just haven't said anything about it. But we have no news about Superman stuff
I
at all.
I saw one thing, but it was a random article, wasn't anything official. But I saw something that I think it's supposed to be Todd Phillips directing a new Superman project with a black lead. So and they're going totally new direction. If that's going to be the Superman for this universe going forward, but they did not use like Henry Cavill to his extent, man. Like that dude was sick. That dude's huge. Like
Yeah,
he's his face is chiseled. He's British,
looks
but
the part.
he sounds American the entire time. Like the dude like played it perfectly. I feel like it's the best depiction of Superman, but the crappiest like stories that they've used him in.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I was a big fan of that storyline, and so I I think it was going just fine. I loved that,
His
and
I will give you that. I
yeah,
will take that back because his death and resurrection, that whole thing was dope. And it was cool too because when he was like brought back to life and he didn't know who anybody was and he just unleashed his powers.
yeah.
It's like, dude, where is this in the rest of the movies you've been in? Like if they make a bad guy who's actually like, big enough and bad enough that he has to bust out these powers, Marvel did it with Captain Marvel. They made her battle an entire like army and take out an army, in the big ass fight with Thanos and all the Chitauri soldiers and ships. Like Captain Marvel fucking split a ship in half. Like,
Yeah,
like
she saved
dude,
her ass.
throw an army of somebody, at Superman. Like I feel like he should have handled Darkseid's complete army himself.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he did essentially, like, when he came back, they couldn't stop him.
yeah,
Steppenwolf and everybody couldn't stop him at all, so
yeah, but dude,
he easily dispatched them.
yeah, and it would have been cooler if he came back, a little bit earlier and battled him longer and took out like throw 100 more at him and just let him like rage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have been
Well, they had that
super sick.
Snyderverse made Superman a whiny bitch. Well, there will be we should talk about that, Aaron, a little bit. Just no, it's Kev and I we really like the whole story like from Man of Steel. It just gives you when you think about it, and this is like going off topic here. Now we're gonna I'll just quickly give my opinion on that, but uh like the idea being how would the world accept somebody that has powers like this? And like it wouldn't be. There would be some people that would be open to it, but there would be a lot of people that would be scared. And all the stuff that happened in the Zack Snyder movies, he was like that was actually really realistic. And there would be a lot of people that wouldn't want Superman around. And like if Superman is dedicating his time and has been told his whole life that he's got to save everybody and be this hero for people, but when he goes and does it, they don't even want him there at that point. And I guess this is where the whiny bitch part comes in, but it's he starts to think, am I making a difference? Am I doing
I
as I'm
like
told
that.
I'm supposed to do this? I know, me
Yeah,
too. I thought it was really good because it seemed like the real like what would actually happen. And
yeah,
like, just because he has these powers doesn't mean he's fully there. He's still just a regular human. He's just a guy. Oh, he's not a human, but like he grew up thinking he was a human and like,
yeah,
thinking he was a regular person. And so it's like, how does this man deal with having powers like a god? And
yeah.
that
It
so
it
that whole
totally.
thing was cool.
I thought it was really cool because they humanized this superhero who's superhero of all superheroes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They did give him a problem, because he is completely overpowered. So they hit him with another problem and kind of gave him this weird internal struggle.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the second time we saw DC do that was with Titans and it was with Superboy. So the fact that they carried those two internal struggles, like that's the way to handle somebody superpowered.
Yeah.
Get a story going about what they're thinking on the inside. But Yeah, man. It's Superman. I just want to see him unleash on people, dude. Like that scene in The Boys, when what's his name with basically the Superman equivalent, when he he has that quick daydream where he just laser beams
Homelander.
this whole
Yeah.
crowd's heads off. I'm like, bro,
Yeah, who doesn't think about doing that?
you have the power to do shit like that, and like we never see it with DC, and I'm like, damn, that's a shame.
Yeah. So yeah, it was cool.
Just make them fight thousands of aliens, and let them go ham. So
Yeah. Well, he fought Batman, so there was that
that was cool.
in that story.
Yeah.
Um, Aaron says he enjoyed it too. Honestly, he just has Superman issues in general, and that we should talk. Yeah, dude. Yeah, should jump on. Actually, that would be fun to talk about. To have you and Kev, because Kev is a real big proponent of that too. So to have him come on, and maybe we should talk about Superman one episode. We always talk about Batman, but like have
That'd be
something
good.
Superman centric. That would be cool.
Yeah.
What they've done with the character, what we've seen,
What we want to
see for them go forward.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, because
Well,
they've done a fuck ton, man. What's that?
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, that's
Lois and Clark, fucking
Lois and Clark.
all that shit, dude.
Oh my god. Smallville.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Smallville.
Crazy.
But cool. So yeah, there's that. What else, dude?
Oh, for DC, really quick. The one thing that is left off of a lot of lists, but I was actually super hyped for when they first started talking about it, was the Dead Boy Detectives. Dude.
Whoa, what is that, dude?
This is it's a lot. It's forgotten a lot, I guess, but it's actually comes from the, what do you call it? The Doom Patrol TV series, the HBO Max Doom Patrol. I love that shit because it's so fucking random and weird. But
weird.
They left off this last season. I don't even know if they've announced when the next season's coming out, if there is a next season. But they left off with these two ghosts. There are these two boys, and they're teamed up with this girl who sees ghosts and can talk to them. But they're ghost detectives, and I'm like, dude, how fucking dope is that?
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, they're trapped there, but they're like, while they're trapped there, they try to they're detectives for both sides, for like humans and then also for like spiritual worlds. And I'm like, it totally felt like a setup for a series. They talked about it at one time, and then now it's like there's nothing. It is on this fan made list that I had up. But dude, I feel like it's like way down on the list of priorities, bro.
Oh yeah. That's old.
They got a lot of shit.
Update a little bit.
But that, I feel like that would be a 6 series. I feel like they shouldn't can that, but who knows, man.
Yeah. So oh yes, okay. So there's a rumor I saw earlier today actually that Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead is currently in talks to join the MCU in an unspecified role.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah, I mean he's a good actor. I like him.
He's a sick actor.
But it would be really cool. But who knows what that means? Because yeah, there's no. It's just a rumor, and we don't know what project he could be involved in. But all of like the new phase stuff, it would be for something that hasn't come out yet. I would think, like, or it's something that's still in development. So,
yeah,
there's a lot of cool shit from Marvel that's coming down the road, and it would be cool to have him in there.
Yeah, I feel like the people they're kind of targeting and keeping under wraps, because we see this a lot. We see all these like, oh, unspecified project, and all these like people's names getting thrown around with it. The last one, everybody was getting thrown into it, and then it's like, oh yeah, they're part of Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I feel like after the next Black Panther's coming out, I feel like they're gonna announce like a Namor, like a like a sea-based story. Because that's Wakanda's biggest rival. They had that explosion in Endgame that what's her name didn't want to talk about on the their hologram call.
Oh yeah, that there was earthquakes in the ocean.
Yeah, and they're like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And she's like, "It's an earthquake in the ocean. You don't do anything." And it's like, bro, that's obviously where they're going with that. In the Doctor Strange movie, one of those bad guys that he's fighting with all the tentacles is like I believe he's a typical bad guy for Namor. And Shuma Gorath, but Shuma Gorath and another bad guy look very similar. One's from space, but then one also battles Namor in like the city of Atlantis, I think, a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. So dude, I feel like it could be hooked onto that, and that's why I made that face, because I was like, what the hell? He better not be Namor. There was a lot of discussions, a lot of actors being thrown around for Namor. He never came up, so I just hope he's not Namor.
He doesn't have the look.
No,
for that.
No,
I wouldn't think so. But like, Fantastic Four still coming out.
Oh shit, dude!
Yeah,
that has to be John Krasinski, though, man. Dude, I hope it's.
Yeah, he's got the look and everything. I know he's everybody's favorite choice.
Yeah, I hope. Oh man, now you got me thinking that it could be that direction, dude. Because Fantastic Four, they're teasing it, but nothing's ever announced. So,
or some role in X-Men, any of the X-Men stuff, because I mean, all of that's got to get rebooted too. So,
can you imagine him as Wolverine, dude?
He's so thin. There's no fucking way.
With his Coral.
With his cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And his fucking giant pistol.
Wolverine all of a sudden has a pistol now. That's hella funny.
What else we got? Oh, we were just talking about this before the show started, but Thor, Love and Thunder, comes out shortly in July on the 8th, and there's still no trailer for it. We don't have shit. We don't know anything about what this movie's about in any way. Other than a couple of set pictures that have come out, but like we don't know anything. And it's already, I saw in an article that it was the closest an MCU movie has gotten so far to its release date without having marketed it in any way or have any trailers come. So they must be really confident with the movie they have if they're not even willing to market any of it. They're just they know it's going to come out and make $1 billion, and it's like, man, that's crazy. People are just going to see it just because it's the next Thor movie.
It's the next Thor movie. We know, Jane Foster gets Thor's powers. And we know Christian Bale's in it, and it's like, okay, that's enough for the general public.
Yeah.
But I'm calling it right now. I think by the time we do our episode next week, and we can make something up. So if it doesn't happen, I got to do something. But I think we'll have a trailer before our next episode. I feel like possibly like Monday or Tuesday next week. Probably not Tuesday. That seems random, but maybe a drop on Monday when a lot of people have it off for Easter for the holiday or something.
Yeah.
But one thing that we did see, and I don't know what the promo was, but we got a glimpse at Thor's new suit and then Jane's helmet.
Yeah, look at that.
There has been, set photos that are leaked that match this, where he has like the blue torso, sleeveless armor.
I think his arms are too small in that animated picture, though.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, they're way bigger in real life.
100%, man. And yeah, it's
nothing that dude. I taught him everything he knows.
Dude, it looks sick. And then the other thing too with Thor, we know the tie-in I like that I think's coming is the fact, this is all fan drawn, nothing's official here. But
that would be so fucking sick if that was what it looked like.
I hope they go close to this route, dude, because
I can't imagine Christian Bale wearing fucking prosthetics like that and makeup.
Yeah. And it might be CGI. I don't know. The setup that they're doing in Moon Knight, I think it's fucking phenomenal. That they're introducing all these Egyptian gods and introducing this idea of gods besides Asgardians. And his character's the God Butcher, bro. So he's coming in and gonna fucking wreak havoc. Like, I don't know how much they're gonna show on screen, but they're setting up basically, I feel like they're setting up all these pins for Christian Bale's character to come in and just
Uh, yeah,
fucking
for sure.
destroy shit. Yeah, and what BC's saying was where I was thinking too. It'll probably be CGI the same way, Brolin did Thanos and shit. Marvel tends to go that way. And if they do that, dude, fucking go all in. Like their CGI for Moon Knight and all that shit looks great. So it's like, dude, lean into it with gore. If you have his tendrils kind of moving fucking randomly,
Yeah,
it would look
yeah.
so sick, dude. Just like as he's talking to you.
It would, yeah,
They're
it would even be sick
expressive.
if it was practical, like how Star Wars does their stuff,
Yeah.
with all of their aliens. But that, I mean, that's a lot of prosthetics for an A-list celebrity, though.
He
So I'm not sure if like he would sit there for fucking 12 hours to do makeup and then
he
go do all his scenes.
he is an insane method actor, so who knows? He may be walking around like this right now. You-
Dude, do you remember that fucking when that audio clip came out of him just completely destroying that light guy for being in the way when he
yeah,
was filming on Terminator?
yeah.
And he went, dude, I felt bad for that guy,
Oh,
man. He fucking went
yeah,
off on him.
yeah. And dude, if he channels that anger into this dude, into gore, like
Oh yeah.
how fucking dope is that, dude? You have Star-Lord and you have, Thor like kind of
Yeah.
joking around, and then he just comes in like a fucking maniac. Just the hella dead serious, and they're like,
Yeah, dude.
oh shit.
Yeah. Don't piss him off
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm hoping they
So
lean
yeah,
into
then
that shit
but so you're calling next week then? Um,
for a Thor
I don't know.
trailer.
We'll see. Yeah. I'm f- I wonder if they just do it in May. I'm gonna call May. I'll give it another couple weeks.
Okay. And so if I don't make it next week, maybe I do like a ghetto cosplay of Gore. Like on next week's stream.
Oh shit,
I'm
dude.
down. Just like those easy fucking cosplays where it'll just be like a sweatshirt and like glasses or some shit. It looks like it enough that it looks,
Yeah.
but it
Enough to be passable.
yeah.
Is Aaron says Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that too because that's
Dude,
coming up super quick, man.
that would be the first time because they don't do that anymore. And I think it was us that were talking about it, but like how we missed when you go to movies to watch movies, like the part of it was the trailer because that's the only place that they play them
Yeah,
or they used to. And so like yeah, that would be perfect to go to a movie and see the trailer for the first time in the theater. But like now it's all announced. It's like it's coming out this Friday at 10 a.m. the world premiere on YouTube or whatever, and like that's where it is now.
yeah, yeah.
And
And
so
uh, BC's saying it might be the end credit scene. I was kind of thinking we might see Gore in like a Moon Knight series, ending. Then
yeah.
maybe that's their solution to this god that Ethan Hawke's trying to wake. Like he's
Uh,
successful, and then Gore just fucking wipes her out again.
yeah.
This dude paid, for a caravan to travel around the world, and then like, she just gets taken out. It's like holy shit, dude.
I know. Oh shit, dude. It's
So
fucking crazy. Yeah. So we'll see. We have our choices now.
dude, and yeah, we can. Oh man, there's two other things I really want to bring up. But we can go with the whole end credit scene, because and like they did with the end of Spidey, because
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up a huge fucking problem that I have with the Sonyverse
Okay.
real quick.
Just that it exists, you mean?
Yeah, let me get it off my chest, dude.
Please do.
So the end of Morbius, for all the 5 people that have seen it, everybody else, it's a spoiler, but end of Morbius has an end credit scene that Kevin Feige wasn't a part of, and it's extremely clear. Vulture is somehow in the Sonyverse, and he's got a new look.
Oh yeah.
And they tried to use the new look, and they used like the same crackling purple magic like in No Way Home. And the director was explaining it, because a lot of people took issue with it. Like, why is Vulture there now? And
Yeah.
the director's like, oh well, the multiverse, when it cracked open, like people can easily go like in and out, and it's like the movie was very explicit in that only people who knew Spider-Man was Spider-Man got brought back because of
Yes.
the literal spell that Doctor Strange said. Like, there was no questions.
Yeah.
And so somehow Michael Keaton gets taken out to this other Spider-Verse, the Sony area. It's an obvious ploy to make a Sinister Six movie, and it's doesn't make sense for him to go there. Doesn't make sense for him to have this new suit and this new tech, because his old tech, like he's not like he had the guy named Tinkerer building all his shit and his weapons. It's like, this dude doesn't know how to do this. So it's like, well, where the fuck did he get all this? In one of the post-credit scenes, he was still in jail. Now he's out talking to Morbius, and it's like, just the whole fucking thing doesn't make sense, dude.
First of all, I don't think that I'm gonna watch that movie even when it comes out at home. I'd made that mistake with Venom 2, and I regretted that. I waited until it came out, and I watched it here at home, and I was upset that I spent 2 hours watching it.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because Venom, Carnage, Spider-Man, that whole thing was like my shit, like as a kid forever. I finally feel like we got a good Eddie Brock. I was hoping to see, because Eddie Brock always feels like he can really kill Spider-Man and wants to kill, you know what I mean? Like, so I wanted to see that fight between like a huge Venom and a tiny Spider-Man. We're not getting that now. At least, for the future.
Well, we'll see.
But
we'll see.
I'm super bummed about how they contained Carnage in one movie. It was a really weird casting with Woody Harrelson. Like, he did his best.
Yeah.
But man, like, Sonyverse, dude, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what they need. But I feel like they need to consult Kevin Feige for everything still.
They just need to sell them the rights back to all the Spider-Man stuff and take a nice chunk of money for it.
Yeah.
Or write something in their contract that says they get a small percentage of anything that they make.
Yeah, royalties or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll be good. But like, they want to be greedy, and they want to be like, oh, we can make cool movies too on our own. Fuck you guys. And then this piece of shit comes out. And then, it's like, no, you can't actually. You can't play with the big boys. Go sit down at the children's table over there.
Yeah, dude, the MCU snowball is too big to try and like make something equally as cool and equally as whatever. But I will.
And if you're gonna compete, then fucking make a good movie.
Yeah, and care about it. Care about it enough to pay the right people to, come over and help you guys out. But
they make a lot of weird choices.
Yeah, I will see Morbius. When
that being said,
not in theaters, but when it comes through, it looks cool. There's a lot of weird questions, but Morbius was such a big part of like Spider-Man and all that shit. So man.
I mean, I guess I should watch it
just for research. Do it for the show.
I'll do it for the show. You got me there.
And
what do we got? One thing we got.
I was gonna say the other end credit thing I wanted to bring up. We're jumping back to DC because I don't think we've talked about it, but dude, Barry Keoghan, bro.
Yeah, we haven't talked about this.
We haven't talked about it. I didn't put some of the other images because they might have been too graphic. But he is a sick Joker, dude.
He looks crazy.
Yeah, and I like this take. I know I came out and said, I was like, dude, like so many other bad guys besides Joker. But if Joker is locked up and he's in this kind of like buddy role for these other characters that are getting locked up or starting to plan, I feel like that's a really good start. That's a really good position for him. He feels if he's locked up in jail, he feels like imagine them like chess pieces. Like it
Yeah.
feels like Batman's the king on one side, and then like the king on the other side would be the Joker, and so all these like other pawns in the middle,
Right.
Batman's obviously a knight because he's going out and like taking out the pawns and shit. But I feel like the Joker as like the king on the other side, kind of pulling the strings from inside and doing it
Yeah.
in such a manipulative, crazy ass way. And the fact that he's already been caught, I feel like that's pretty sick. It's
Yeah.
kind of refreshing.
It's different. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I think that Arkham TV show that's gonna come out, hopefully, if they keep doing, uh, if they don't do what they were talking about doing and like switching everything up, but
Yeah,
like if they end up doing that Arkham show, that's what I do think, and I think that they should do. But like have the Joker be there, and he's like the main player
yeah,
during the show, and it's like a prison show, and like there's all these instead of gangs, it's all the different these huge personalities that are in there who end up becoming the villains and it's just like how he is manipulating them and deep diving into each of these characters and then so that way they can just plop them in and plop them out of any TV show or movie that they're going to do in that universe.
yeah. That would be phenomenal, dude. And I feel like we were talking about, we don't really need an origin story with the
Hmm.
Joker. We didn't need it with this Batman. So I feel like let's just let them press forward. And it would be crazy interesting, dude. But this
Yeah,
end
I
credit
think so too,
scene,
man.
if you guys haven't seen it, look for it on YouTube. It's phenomenal back and forth conversation, and I it I see why they didn't put it in the movie. It's a really good scene, but it's also would have added so much more on top of what it was already a great movie. Um,
Yeah,
I
I
keep
think so
going
too.
back
And
and forth.
yeah, it's good that they didn't have it in because I mean, basically, it would have undermined Batman trying to figure it out on his own. Uh, because he needed I mean, everything that the Joker said in that scene was true
That's
without even having done it. He nailed who it was exactly,
yeah,
and so it just yeah, like I said, it just would have undermined the whole story. And it would have been redundant to have the information come out twice. Like
yeah,
having the Riddler reveal it all that his plan at the end is different than the Joker calling it out beforehand and then having it happen later in the movie too. So, like, I get why they didn't put it in, and I think it was a good choice, even though, like, as a standalone scene on its own, it's really fucking sick.
yeah. And that's a great point. Because let's say they did put this in, then we probably would have got in a action scene at the end that Aaron and I hated. Like it probably would have been 2 to 3 times longer. Dude.
Yeah.
Kev would have loved it, but like
Yeah.
I feel like they took a great path and made
Yeah.
Batman go through all that shit.
Yeah. And it was now that and then they had, like, another additional way to for people to keep talking about it, to
Yeah,
release that afterwards, and it's totally works on its own, and it's cool in its own way,
yeah.
and it's like that was a good smart move for them.
And it's gonna carry it, the conversation all the way to the HBO Max release because that just got bumped up too. So it's gonna be released here pretty damn soon.
Yeah, I
Um,
hope hopefully
I think
hopefully faster.
I saw somewhere the 18th, but don't quote me. I could be lying.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, man, those are the two end credit scenes I really wanted to talk about. Um,
Monday. It says Monday.
Monday,
Sweet. Well, I know what I will be doing.
dude.
I
Yeah,
can't wait to have it on repeat in my room, like, all day when I'm working. Just
and
24 fucking 7, it's just always on.
what a competition, dude. So let's say Thor: Love and Thunder trailer drops on Monday, but Batman also drops. It's like that's gonna be a lot of attention, like fighting each other. Like you're taking
Yeah,
money out of the other. Of course, it doesn't cost money to watch a trailer, but like those eyeballs away from that and talking about Thor: Love and Thunder and all these people covering Thor: Love and Thunder new footage,
yeah,
like that will take people away from like the Batman release a little bit. So it might be
yeah,
good for competition.
we'll see. Is it It says you get to watch Batman without the Hindi subtitle.
Facts, facts. I'll actually be able to see what's hidden in all the shadows. Maybe we have a whole nother episode about shit I found in the background.
I know, dude. You'll come back and be like, "Holy shit, that movie was awesome,
Bro, Clayface was actually in it.
Yeah, dude.
So in this scene, in this dark corner, there's a ball of red clay.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. Yeah, good point, BC. Like, yeah, all my, like when they release they have the theatrical cuts and then they release the DVD and it's like the extended screen. It's like I'm going from like, from like tunnel vision to like fucking IMAX. So
Look at 4K IMAX or 8K, whatever.
Yeah. Oh
Whatever.
man, that's a great point.
Dude, that's awesome. So yeah, man. I don't know if you have anything else on the list, but I think we caught up.
We
I
got
think we're up to speed.
we got a huge thing. We got one more huge thing I
Oh,
wanted
do
to
we?
talk about that
All right.
is coming out very, very soon. We're talking about the one and only, baby.
Oh, that's right.
Uni-
That's the next.
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange. We did talk about it a lot before, but it's been a while, dude, and we've gotten a whole lot of new shit, including these new theatrical posters with all this crazy ass detail. Like fucking Vision is in
Oh
here.
shit! I didn't even see this one.
Yeah, this was, dude. There's so many different versions. I don't
Was
even.
it the?
This is
the
May
ancient one at the
2021
top?
too, so this could be
Oh, that's
fan
old, then,
made.
dude.
But
Yeah, it's gotta be. Because I was gonna say I didn't even know she was in the movie.
yeah, no, I've who? Which one?
The ancient one at the top.
Yeah, dude, who knows
Is
if
he
she
in
is? But yeah, this is fan made. But I pulled it and I couldn't tell because they released like 6 or 7 different posters, dude. It is fucking nuts. Like there's so many different versions, and like I watch a shit ton. Yeah, it's a fan made poster by BC Battle Chaser. But I watch a lot of those like breakdowns and people looking into all the details and shit. And each poster has more and more details and more other revealing shit. I think we've gotten a few trailers in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And dude, there's like, you see a closer look at Zombie Strange, you see like Wanda covered in like blood and guts, and I'm like, holy shit, man. Like,
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking crazy movie. They also officially dubbed it PG-13. Well, that was obvious, right? That would be really surprising if they busted out the rated R and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
But for intense violence, and that Marvel says it's gonna be their first official horror movie. So I know they've said the same thing that we were just talking about earlier with Moon Knight, how dark it was gonna be. So we'll take it with a grain of salt, but you know, we'll see. I'm excited for it, dude. I can't fucking wait. It's the next one, just a few more weeks.
Yeah. Just a few more weeks. I feel like it's going to, Spider-Man No Way Home like blew up this whole idea of a multiverse. I feel like this is going to be even more insane. The Doctor Strange movies like have been super like acid trips for portions of them, and it's so the visual of this one with like knowing that it goes into multiverse and knowing a lot of these like dimensions that we see in the trailers are insane. Is it America Chavez? That's the Captain Marvel like person. So she also creates star-shaped portals that she hops in and out of. So I'm like, dude, like the potential for this thing being a 2.5 hour shroom trip is like high. Like,
is that what you're gonna be partaking in when you watch it?
Oh no, I would not be able to handle it. I would just die like on the spot.
Yeah, dude, the anxiety would just be through the roof.
Yeah, it would be way too much. And yeah, the visual enough is going to be insane. But I think it's going to be super sick. I don't know if you have any like thoughts of where you think the movie's going. Any wild takes?
That we haven't already talked about?
Yeah.
Well, I definitely think that it's gonna be the movie that dramatically alters course for the entire universe, which I don't know if that's obvious, but, like, that's I just it's nothing's gonna be the same,
Yeah.
after that. Everything's gonna be totally different, and then I think that's how it'll connect everything from, X-Men and Fantastic Four and all of the other pieces that haven't been brought in yet. It'll
Yeah.
just, it'll be like a door that opens for us to explore those corners of that world, so that's all I got, man.
Yeah.
I don't think that anything, like, crazy or out of left field is gonna come, but, it is gonna be the stepping stone to the next phase of Marvel stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And BC has a good point. They've been inching closer to that ever since WandaVision. Yeah. And like I think I've said this before on our show, but I feel like No Way Home gave everybody this false sense that Doctor Strange fixed everything.
Yeah.
And I think he's really just continuing to fuck it up. And it leaves all these holes open for, like, where Kang's going from Loki, Ant-Man's tiny universes that he's hopping in and out of.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just opening this door. Like, it's basically taking the timeline and taking it from, like, one uncooked spaghetti noodle into a whole fucking plate of just
Spaghetti
crazy ass
noodle.
pasta and timelines and all this crazy shit going on. One hot take I got
You got a
that's
hot
fucking,
take.
dude, out of left field, but I can't help getting it out of my head. So Doctor Strange, we see the evil Strange, right? In a lot of these trailers coming out. This last one, he has a fucking
Yeah.
third eye. So
Third eye.
dude,
Yeah.
it keeps, to me, he keeps looking more and more, you know, more and more like pale and just dark. And it's really
Yeah.
giving me vibes of, I don't know if you know who, I think it was Mr. Sinister is his official name.
For which guy?
He was I believe he's an X-Men bad guy, which is on par with where they're going with the future. Let me see. Here, I can pull this up. Yeah. So this dude,
Ah.
and he's keeps on giving me vibes of this guy. They did call this Doctor Strange character, this variant, Sinister Strange.
Yes.
And I'm like, dude, like, I wonder if, and I say this way out of left field because I don't think this ever happened, but I wonder if, Mr. Sinister is a variant of Doctor Strange, bro. Like,
It's entirely possible.
because what a better way to, I feel like they're going to introduce the possibility of mutants at the end of this movie. Because the whole House of M comic storyline where it's kind of the reverse House of M, Scarlet Witch like went crazy and said no more mutants, right?
Yeah.
She was tricked that her kids were really there, but it was like the devil. And so she got pissed off and went nuts and just said, no more mutants.
Yeah.
A lot of people are speculating that she's going to say the opposite and say like, oh, all the mutants, like to try and get her kids here.
Yeah.
And what a better way, to kind of bridge the gap of what's been going on and what's going on in the future to introduce, Doctor Strange variant as a possible bad guy for X-Men.
Right.
I don't know how that works with Benedict Cumberbatch, having two characters in the MCU that are variants, but one's a completely different character. But this dude, Mr. Sinister had magic. He kind of has the look in some of the comics with like the facial hair and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He has the diamond in his forehead. I'm like, I don't know if that eye is what that is. I don't know too much about Mr. Sinister's background, but I don't believe there was any crossover with Doctor Strange. But I'm like, this could be sick.
Yeah.
Could be, something very cool.
Yeah, you can kind of see it. I can see the similarity, like how you're saying, just physical appearance wise, it kind of looks like that for sure.
Yeah,
I know we keep like pulling from the What If episode for Doctor Strange, but like how it looks just like that, and I think that's what it is, like what it is, like where they're going with it. But But yeah, it could be what you just mentioned too.
Yeah.
Both of them seem like plausible ideas.
Yeah, it would be insane, and who knows? Like, who knows if Mr. Sinister is the what if? Because I think what we see in the movie is the what if Doctor Strange, because there's like a
Yeah.
tentacle scene.
Yeah.
Which, good on Marvel for actually tying things together with a fucking tentacle, like something
I
that
know.
is creepy and like stretches out, and then you see it like coming out of another portal. So it's like, what a way to try and tie things together with like something that can actually reach out and like suck in.
Right? Isn't that
So
cool?
thought it was really cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it for my list. I don't know if
Yeah.
you got any
I think
more.
so too, man. No, that's it.
We're all caught up.
Looking forward to the rest of Moon Knight.
Yeah.
And to hopefully for them to get their shit together, or Ezra Miller to get his shit together so we can have a real fucking Flash movie. Official MCU hentai incoming.
With
That's what
the
Battle says.
with the tentacles.
Yeah. Oh boy.
That's Disney plus plus.
Yeah, that's whatever that one's called. I forget what the adult Disney one is called.
Yeah, I forget. But
Dude, they the what is it? The like the little security thing on Twitch chat. It blocked out the hentai.
Oh, it did.
Like I could see it on the bottom of our stream.
Yeah.
But in the chat, it's blocked. It's got the little stars.
Yeah, that's funny.
They didn't like hentai.
That's funny, dude.
Well, yeah, because you're fucking banging things with tentacles, so it just I could see why they wouldn't like it.
That's true. But we do have the 18 plus because cursing and obviously hentai discussion. But bro, yeah, we're all caught up. I feel like if you guys think we missed something, let us know. But there's going to be so much happening really, really quick. Like you said, hopefully next time there's no new Ezra Miller news. Hopefully the dude gets some help.
I know. Homeboy needs help. He's got to stop breaking into people's houses and threatening to kill people. It's like, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I don't think he did that, but it seems like like, why else would you break into somebody's house unless you were trying to hurt them or rob from them? But
who knows, man?
Who knows, dude?
True story. I actually had a buddy who, heavy drinker. The quick true story, but you just reminded me of it with who knows what he was doing, like breaking into a house.
Yeah,
buddy, totally blacked out, didn't remember. Went into somebody's house. They were gone for vacation. He thought like all of our friends had moved the party to that house, and so he was there. He fell asleep on the couch. He woke up, had no idea where he was at. It was the next door neighbor's house of where we were at, and so dude, who knows, man? He could be Ezra Miller, could be on something, could just be fucking wandering and on another planet, dude. So
yeah, he was just drunk and he was just trying to do whatever. But it's weird that his subconscious, or like when, because I don't feel like that's what takes over.
Yeah.
You're not consciously making choices, but
yeah, you're a
like,
day walker.
Yeah, and that's where his mind is going. So you got to figure it out.
Whole interesting thing. Well, yeah, man. Shit. We went deep into a lot of different topics, bro. We extended all the way out for sure.
We extended all the way out. Yeah, and but like big takeaway aside from all that stuff is the emotes again. So if you guys didn't see, or anybody joined that missed it from the beginning, we got some cool emotes for different tiers. And there we go.
We're affiliated. We got more on the way. We got follower emotes coming, I think, in the next month. We got to reach like 60 days of being affiliated. So appreciate all you guys helping out.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you subs so far. And yeah, looking forward to doing more cool shit that we couldn't do before.
Totally, dude.
And yeah, hopefully the show just keeps getting better and better. So
yeah, well, thanks for jumping on, everybody. And we will be back next week at, I don't know, I guess we'll see. Sean, I guess we'll talk. It depends. We got to ask you guys, like, do you rather prefer Thursday shows, Wednesday shows? What days work better? Maybe Wednesdays suck. Maybe Thursdays better. Maybe Thursdays suck and you want Wednesdays better. But we're just trying to figure out like a cool day. And this was more of a test sort of thing, is to see, because last week there was a lot more people. So just to be fully transparent, just wanted to see if today works, and let's see if more people want to jump on today.
Paying attention to analytics, trying to be better, and trying to bring you guys more fun stuff. So appreciate all you guys, and we will see you guys next week.
Cool. Thanks everybody. See ya.
Later.